distinguished members of the UN General Assembly, the members of the UN Security Council, the Secretary General of the UN, international community, international human rights organizations, fellow Southern Cameroonians, ladies and gentlemen. Article 114 of the Bill on Family Code, presently pending before the Senate in Cameroon, states that to be a Cameroonian, a citizen must either originate from the Republic of Cameroon, which attained its independence on the 1st of January 1960, or originate from the Southern Cameroons, which obtained its independence on the 1st of October 1961. Since 1961, Southern Cameroons and the Republic of Cameroon have been living together in a union about which nobody has ever cared to produce the legal foundation. In 1984, the Republic of Cameroon transformed the Southern Cameroons, which had the status of a federated state, into two provinces, Northwest and Southwest, which today are termed regions. In 2016, a civil war erupted between restoration forces in Southern Cameroon, controlled and funded by an interim government of Southern Cameroon in the diaspora and powerful Southern Cameroonian warlords in the diaspora, and the Cameroon Regular Army, which claimed to be enforcing Cameroon's sovereignty, as Cameroon is one and indivisible. The restoration forces claim to be fighting to restore the statehood of Southern Cameroons. In the face of this civil war, a huge humanitarian calamity has ensured, with well over 500 villages burnt down, about 50,000 citizens either dead or missing, and well about 1 million Southern Cameroonians displaced as refugees, scattered over Nigeria, in Southern Cameroonian bushes, in all countries in Africa, even in Europe, South America, and the United States, which just repatriated 81 of them. United Nations, the US, the European Union have time without number called on the government of Cameroon to address the root causes of this problem. But this government has maintained a deaf ear to those calls. Therefore, it's seeking a solution to this crisis to address the root causes of this crisis. Was there reunification in 1961 or annexation of Southern Cameroon by the Republic of Cameroon? After the 1961 11 February plebiscite, the United Nations General Assembly organized an independence vote for Southern Cameroons, wherein Article 2B recognized the independence of Southern Cameroons by joining the Republic of Cameroon. And Article 5 prescribed that the government of Southern Cameroons, the administering authority, Great Britain, and the Republic of Cameroon should come together as a matter of urgency before the 1st of October 1961 to agree as to how the parties were going to implement their agreed policies. The Republic of Cameroon, which never intended to sign any union treaty, instead invited the government of Southern Cameroon, led by Dr. John Foncha, to a constitutional conference in Fumban, where President Ahidjo asked Foncha to sign a draft federal constitution, which Foncha refused to sign and took it on consultation to the British, who called on Ahidjo to convene another meeting in Yaoundé. Thus, the Yaoundé Constitutional Conference, which ended in a deadlock, saw the British tell Amadou Ahidjo that the parties could not talk about a constitution when the Union Treaty had not been signed. While they were in Yaoundé, in the month of August, Ahidjo sent his draft constitution to his own parliament, the Parliament of the Republic of Cameroon, as a constitutional amendment, passed as the Federal Constitution of 1st September 1961, which Ahidjo promulgated into law on the 1st of September 1961, and on that same day marched his troops into southern Cameroon. Thus, southern Cameroon, which was the first African state to have a democratically elected government in history, found itself being sandwiched by a country that was required under Article 5 of Resolution 1608 to sign a union treaty as to how they were going to live together. Southern Cameroon found itself being downgraded by that country and put inside that country's constitution as a mere territory without a say, government, any institution. This is how Southern Cameroon found itself in the 1961 Federal Constitution, where Article 1 says that the Federal Republic of Cameroon shall be formed from the 1st of October 1961 by the Territorial Republic of Cameroon and the territory of Cameroon Meridional, formerly under British trusteeship. Cameroon Meridional simply means the southern part of Cameroon. You can see that this is a situation where one country, which was supposed to have an equal status with the other, decides to swallow up the other. The problem, therefore, is whether in 1961 there was reunification or annexation. At international law, this is a clear case of annexation. Nobody can talk about reunification because there is no document signed by Southern Cameroons to the effect that they agreed to enter the Federal Republic in a constitution solely drafted by the Republic of Cameroon. The international community has been surprisingly silent in front of this humanitarian calamity. So while the government of Cameroon and the restoration forces are trading responsibility, the situation on ground zero worsens daily. Last time it was Ngabu massacre claimed by the government. Today it is the Kumba massacre where 8 school children have been murdered in cold blood. This situation must end. We cannot continue to tolerate this. Now, consideration. The Republic of Cameroon recognizes the independence of Southern Cameroon as just said. The second is that as a member state of the African Union, the Republic of Cameroon is bound by the Constitutive Act of the African Union, which states in Article 4B that all member countries recognize that their borders are those obtained upon independence. Again, as a member state of the UN, the Republic of Cameroon knows that its boundary is that which was obtained in 1960 when it got independence. So it is senseless and baseless for that war to continue when it is clear that the Republic of Cameroon has no right to sovereignty over Southern Cameroon, which had never given them such a right. Now, what is the way forward? In the present situation, the Republic of Cameroon and the representation of Southern Cameroon be brought before internationally supervised negotiation table to sign the Union Treaty, which they ought to have signed in 1961. Failing which, the UN should organize a referendum in Southern Cameroon for the people to determine their future.